this. It took me a while, but here we are. Pokemon Generations League Week 7. This is the final week of the main season. I am guaranteed for playoffs because I am 5-1 currently, I believe, plus 13 at the time this battle already happened, as everyone already knows, most likely. Let's just start off right off the bat with the team builder. Here's my team. I brought Florges, Bolt Hunt, drawing a blank on that thing for a second. Piloswine, Bruxish, what's this thing's face? Tyrantrum, and Chatot. So, right off the bat, as I'm looking at this matchup, Blaziken, that dies, that dies, that dies, that dies to 2, that dies to 2, that dies, that dies, that dies to 2, that dies to 2, or that dies, that dies. Everything on my team dies to Blaziken, and I'm just like, oh no, oh jeez. I was just like, ugh, my Blaziken matchup was so bad. I was half hoping that he would bring special Blaziken, because Florges then would wall it, because like there is a fortress, but I was not. Let's just say I wasn't holding my breath for that. So yeah, I ended up settling on Florges because if it was Scarf Jolly, I could take a Flare Blitz for a little over half, get some lefties recovery, protect, and be able to be at a amount of health that I could live another one, and then just kind of like stall it out, hit it with some Psychics. Moonblast plus Psychic actually hit most of this team. Moonblast, Moonblast, Moonblast. That's the only thing that it couldn't hit. Moonblast, Psychic, Psychic, Moonblast, Moonblast, Moonblast. It was just not bad. Like, honestly, if I'd wanted to, I could have run offensive. I needed this thing defensive this game, but and I couldn't really touch Togedemaru anyway. So yeah, that's my basic set. Wish, Tact, Moonblast, Psychic. Yeah, Dragon. This thing was mostly here. For Noivern, and it hard-walled Noivern. It could semi-deal with Blaziken, and it could deal with Scrafty as well. So next up, Boltund. I wish I had just run Banded. I ended up not bringing a Banded Mon because originally this was going to be Banded, but I ended up changing it, and I'll explain later in a minute. So I made the thing bulk up because I need to stop doing that. Thunderfang plus Firefang hit most of this team. Like you see Thunderfang, 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 Firefang. You can Firefang that. And then Psyfangs, which is for additional coverage for Wheezing. And then I also want to be able to kill Blaziken. So you Psyfangs that, Psyfangs that, T-Fang that, Firefang that, T-Fang that. So I was just hoping I could get some bulk ups off. Firefang a few stuff. Firefang some stuff. Yeah, pretty much that's about it. Yeah. I wasn't really too hopeful that I could sweep unless I got Noivern to die early on. Because I figured Specs doesn't make that much sense here, but because Florges, but I figured Noivern could just kill me. But yeah, I thought it might be able to do some stuff. Piloswine. Originally, I had like a cool set with I was planning. Oh, what's the other thing? I wanted to have knockoff, right? Because he was Grotle and Clefairy and Arbeetle, and knockoff is just generally nice, right? He had 2 NFEs and one of the only Mons on the team that it can't really do too much damage to besides Wheezing, but I'll go over that in a second. Turns out it doesn't get knockoff. I was very sad about that. I thought it got knockoff because Mamo gets knockoff, and I don't know, but so I was like, alright, fine, let's run some Heat Smackdown tech so we can Earthquake the Wheezing. Doesn't get Smackdown either. At this point, I was just really sad. This thing was also for, it could handle Lycanroc solidly. It could handle Noivern very well. Yeah, pretty much bulky offensive guy doing things, just chilling. I ended up just doing Rest Curse because that's like my default Piloswine set at this point. I knew I wanted Piloswine. Piloswine could definitely do stuff. But, like, I probably should have just made it rocks and ice shard, but oh well, it's fine. It ended up being okay. But yeah, I'm sad it didn't get smacked down, because I would have loved to smack down the Weezing and then Earthquake it, but oh well. It's fine. So yeah, that's that thing. Next up was Bruxish. I know I said earlier, originally I was planning on running Banded, because, like, look at this team. This team does not take Banded Scyfangs. That dies to Scyfangs. That dies to Aqua Jet. Scyfangs dies to 2 Liquidation, dies to 2 Crunches, dies to Aqua Jet. Scyfang, that was the only thing that could really tank hits very well, but it ended up not even coming anyway, and I figured I could dent it decently well with Liquidation. That definitely got 2 KO'd by Scyfangs, that definitely got 2 KO'd by Scyfangs, but the thing is, I was really scared of Blaziken, and I wanted something that could revenge kill it, and Scarf was really nice anyway, because and Aqua Jet was actually just barely missing the KO on Blaziken. And Scarf was nice because I could Ice Fang that thing. I could outspeed. This team is very fast. That would have died. That would have died. And that would have died. It would have outsped these top 3, and it could have killed them. Right. So that's kind of my thoughts with Bruxish. Man, I really wish this thing got Flip Turn. This thing would be so much better with Flip Turn. Next up, we have Mr. Tyrantrum. We have the Choppleberry to, like, if we're in a rough spot, we can take a close combat from that thing, a close combat from that thing, or a close combat from that thing. We can take one of those and then Dragon Dance up, or just kill it, depending on how things are looking. Sub Dragon Dance. Sub was because I didn't want to get whisked up by that thing. And just Sub was kind of nice in general. I was kind of worried about, like, Scarf, Infiltrator, Noivern, but I felt like it didn't have too much reason to be there. Tyrantrum is pretty scary for his team, but I didn't have the best opportunities to set up. I couldn't really set up against much. Mostly like that. The Chopple was really nice. The Chopple was really nice to allow me to set up. Next up, we have Mr. Chatot. This team does not have a single Chatot switch in. This team does not have a single Chatot switch in. Everything dies. Let me just pull up some calcs here. Specs. Lycan Rock. Boom Burst does 65 to 77. That's a lot of damage. Lycan Rock does not like that at all. Lycan Rock definitely didn't like that at all. What was the other one? Right. Togedemaru, Wish Passer. So this thing I could foresee being bulky. Actually, wait, Max Spidef Boom Burst doesn't actually do that much, but Heat Wave does a ton, so we're good there. That's why I have Heat Wave, and then Chatter I just throw on there because, because I don't really need a last move. Yeah, it doesn't really need a last move, but yeah, I can just Boom Burst stuff. Chatot was just really ready to destroy this team. So yeah, that is the team builder. I was feeling okay. I was mostly, like, terrified of Blaziken. I did not bring any removal for Orbeetle because I expected it to be a setup mon with, like, Calm Mind or Iron Defense Body Press, or just, like, Calm Mind, Iron Defense Stored Power, Recover. Actually, I wish I brought Sableye, actually. This guy, I mean, he's not making playoffs, so I don't have to fight him again, but in the future, I think Sableye might be decent bring. It does have knockoff. I think it would be decent. But yeah, I guess all the team builder stuff is done. Let's hop into the battle. How do I flip this around? There we go. Switch sides. You want my perspective. So yeah, here's the team preview. You see Blaziken. I'm like, yeah, okay, of course. Simipour I was annoyed to see because I didn't really want to see that thing, just because, like, that was the only thing on this team that really killed Piloswine after it got a few curses off. Unless it was Special Blaziken, but if it were Special Blaziken, I'd be more than willing to make that trade because it got walled by Florges. Yeah, I saw the Orbeetle again. I was like, nah, this is Calm Mindset, and at this point, it was too late anyway. So I was looking through this. I'm like, what lead messes me up the most? And I don't remember what I decided eventually. I mean, I do remember what I decided to lead with, but I don't remember who I thought the lead messed me up most. I was definitely thinking Noivern made sense, but I did not want to lead Florges because, I don't know, I was just worried about Togedemaru lead. I felt like Togedemaru had a decent lead. Not amazing, but decent. So I led Bolt Hunt, because if he led Togedemaru, I could set up on it, and I could threaten out a good amount of this team. I could see if the Blaziken was Scarf based on whether or not it stayed in on me. So yeah, turn 1. He leads with Noivern, and I lead with Bolton. I'm like, okay, yeah, that's kind of what I figured. He frisked me and sees my lefties, and I'm like, oh, okay, that's kind of nice. He can't, if I get a Dragon Dance up, he can't, and I'm behind a sub, he can't Draco me, right? But I'm like, I'm switching out here. I don't want to, I do not want to take a Specs Draco to the face. I'm kind of like, he might U-turn, but there's not really a ton I can do here. I'm just going to switch into Florges because I feel like that's definitely my best play here. So I do just go Florges, and he clicks U-turn. And then I believe he goes into Togedemaru, and he does. He's free to just U-turn again here. I believe I click Wish because I'm like, oh no, I click Protect. I want to scout out what he wants to do. He does click U-turn like I expected. I stay in here and Wish. The Ironhead actually does less than half, not even 2 KOing. Really happy that didn't flinch, and I get my Wish off. I actually wall this Togedemaru. He can't do much to me. I click Moonblast, does a tiny bit of chip, breaks that sturdy if that's something that I was concerned about, and then I think I just go Bolt Hunt. Yes, and then I think he U-turns this turn. Yeah, he just U-turns out. It does a good amount, and he goes Noivern, and I'm like, no, thank you. Or actually, I might predict him to U-turn. No, I predicted him. Yeah, oh boy. So I predicted him to predict me to predict him U-turning, if that makes sense. So basically, he U-turned last time, so he thought that this time I wouldn't go floor just because U-turn made the most sense. So staying in there would have been a decent play by me. Except the thing is, I knew that he would think that I would expect him to U-turn and stay in. So I was like, okay, he's probably going to Draco and try and pick up this kill on the Bolt Hunt. So I just go Florges again, and then I get a little bit of momentum because he's what I assume to be locked into Draco. I don't know if he actually is at this point, but I can freely wish and then pass into anything I want to. So I do get my wish off, and then just get to go right into that Bolt Hunt. Hopefully try and get a bulk up off, but I believe I end up just clicking Fire Fang, and I think he stays in. I think he does stay in. I Fire Fang, it does 77, that's good damage, and we take some Iron Barb, so we ended up not needing to break that sturdy because he wasn't sturdy after all. He's going to U-turn, get a crit, do fat damage, and I'm like, okay, he's going to Willow here, right? I assume he just Willows, so I go Chatot. He clicks Strange Steam, it does 60, and this right here is the most upsetting part of this battle. Would have been a totally different game if not for this. I do get confused. I'm like, oh no, I really hope I don't hit myself in confusion, because if I do, this game's going to be a lot harder. If I don't hit myself in confusion, Boomburst just kills something. Nothing on this team wants to take Boomburst. And if this Weezing dies, I'm a happy guy. So I just click Boomburst, and I hit myself in confusion. And I die to Strange Steam, and I'm just like, oh geez, this battle is very quickly going downhill. So I go Bruxish, because Bruxish makes sense. I'm going to revenge kill this thing. I don't know. I believe this thing was Black Sludge. I wasn't really fearing the Psychic Weakening Berry at this point. I assumed he would just swap into Orbeetle, right? I was like, he's gonna, like, I don't know. I was like, he's gonna stay in, because at this point I just not at this point as if this battle has gone super terribly for me so far, outside of the confusion, but yeah, I was just assuming he would do the thing that screwed me up the most, but which is stay in, because I click crunch predicting the Orbeetle. But like, it's so annoying. It's so annoying. And he stays in, which I guess he was predicting me to overpredict. I should have just clicked Scyfangs, and I really was thinking about just clicking Scyfangs. I should have just clicked Scyfangs, but I didn't want to give the Orbeetle a free chance to set up. So I click Crunch, does 10%. It does drop the defense, which is nice, but it didn't matter because he just Will-O-Wisps me, and Bruxish is basically crippled for the rest of the game. Now I have nothing to kill this Weezing. Weezing just crippled both of the only mons that could take care of it. He goes Orbeetle. I go Pylo, and I hard swap to Tyrantrum because I don't want to sub up, and it sub. I mean, I don't want it to set up. It does click sub, and I hit my head smash, and he clicks body press, doing 24 due to my Choffleberry. Choffleberry ended up coming in quite clutch. Head smash doing 47. Barely missing the KO. I'm like, I'm not staying into this thing. This thing's just gonna mess me up. He's gonna Strange Steam, get another crit, knock me down to 74. I'm like, this is annoying. I can't even set up because he can just go Simipour and kill me. But he ended up just going Beetle, and I double into Bruxish. Not entirely sure why. I don't remember why. But yeah, he's into Beetle. I crunch it. It does 27%. He subs up. I am able to break his sub with the crunch. Yes, I can break that sub, and he should just click recover here. Yeah, he does. He can pretty much just set up on me freely, and I was just like, I'm in a terrible position here. I should have swapped to Tyrantrum there. But I did not. He clicks Iron Defense, gets up to +1. And I'm just in a terrible position right now. I crunch him again, does 16, no defense drop this time, and he recovers up. He's at like a lot of health. I've done very little. At this point. I go into Tyrantrum, and I think he subs. Yeah, he's just gonna click sub, and I'm like, ugh, this is not good for me right now. I click Head Smash, hoping I can live a body press. He ends up just Iron Defensing again. And I Head Smash, doesn't. It's not enough to KO. So I'm like, oh, great. I should have Dragon Danced the turn before because he could have just body pressed and killed me, but he did not. He wanted to recover back up to a good amount of health. I Head Smashed to 61. I've been gotten really lucky with hitting all these Head Smashes, but body press is just going to KO me. I go Florges. That was probably not smart. I probably should have just gone Bolt Hunt there, to be honest. Probably should have just gone Bolt Hunt and bulked up. But it's fine. At this point, I already know that it's over. I'm just clicking Psychic because I don't want to stall this out any more than it needs to be because I don't want to force him to recover. I click Psychic. Any Spadef drops don't matter because the rest of my team is physical. I just want him to end me. That last body press was just annoying. I feel like whenever I'm in this situation, like, I get that you have to be careful. Like, just the littlest things can end it, can, like, make things go poorly. But I Psych again. It's down to 66. Body press plus lefties leaves me at 57. Down to, like, tiny sliver. I click Psychic and drops his Spadef. I think he recovers here because he is getting a little bit low. No, he doesn't. He just body presses because... Yeah, he just body presses. And so I say, just kill me because I was not happy. At this point. I really wish Chatot would have stayed alive. This game would have been so different. If Chatot was still alive. The annoying thing is this guy just, like, really... He's not even... Like, I'm not mad at him at all. Like, he's a cool guy. He played very well. He had good sets. I played poorly. It's my fault more than anything, but it just hurts having like the last week before playoffs, you've been first place the entire season, and Now you get knocked out because, well, not just because, like, definitely could have still lost that game, but definitely made it a lot harder when I lost Chatot that early. Made it so much harder. Yeah, that was just kind of frustrating, the thing with Chatot, but hey, I can't complain. My luck has been very good this season, so it's fine. I still made playoffs. I believe I ended up in 3rd seed. Let me check. Yeah, 3rd seed. So I am playing 2nd seed of Sora Division, which is the Fungus Eaters. Coached by Dean Blade. He has had a great season so far. I'll have another recording later. I don't know when, but later. With my team builder versus him. I've already given it some thought. I think it's definitely a winning matchup for me. But this guy is definitely good. I don't want to count him out at all. So yeah, that'll definitely be a good game. I'm excited. I'm just happy that I made it this far at all. I've never done this well in this particular league, and I'm just really happy that I've been able to. Good game to cram. Or wait, no, not cram, meep. So many, like, 4-letter random whatever, but yeah, good game. Not much I could have done there, except, yeah, not much I could have done there. Chatot just claimed to kill every time it came in, which, to be fair, once this thing died, it came on that, and actually by then I'd figured out that was max Spadef Togedemaru, so I could come in on that, and just claim a kill every time. I don't think that was choice, so I could have claimed a kill on that thing as well. So Chatot was just destroying. Chatot would have just destroyed that game. But it's okay. It's whatever. It is what it is. I'm gonna live with that because it ended up being fine. My only regret is that I won't be able to use Chatot against this team at all. But it's fine. Not like that's super important. Yeah. Oh, by the way. Someone write, I don't care if you do it in the in the comments, or just tell me on Discord, because it's not like the YouTube algorithm is gonna give me anything anyway. I think that's how that works. I genuinely know nothing about YouTube. So yeah, just, I don't care if you put it in the comments or just tell me in Discord, but let me know if you prefer having the team builder and the game all in one video, or if you prefer having 2 different videos. So yeah, just let me know that wherever you feel like it. And thanks for watching. I will see you later for my team builder against Dean Blade.